Alright, Shadow of the Wyrm, a nice little Atom-like game in development. So we're going to go for a really silly speedrun, playing Ogre Thief. Thief for stealth, Ogre for strength, and the combat skill, which is going to help with killing some enemies. Up here we pick up some food, because we're going to need to do some wilderness travel. A pickaxe here, and we need to dig through to get a boat so we can go across the ocean. And there we go. Now we're off to get a really strong weapon. So we're going to need this to kill endgame monsters way earlier than we should. Also just kind of carry me through the early game. If I decide to step on the mountains, I take some damage. So fortunately we have to deal with those yes/no prompts. Okay, so we got the Goblin Crusher, I believe. Goblin Slaying Hammer, but it just has very good damage. So now the next step is to get a high stealth score, and we're going to need to level up a bit. This is probably the closest to intended. Okay, so we're going to hit up this old adventurer guy for some extra gear, a shield, and a hat. Get a little bit of soak, which is this game's version of PV. I believe it's also flat damage reduction. So there we go, we're off to the starting graveyard, go get some levels. All points going into stealth, at least for now. Once we get it to 100, we're basically invincible as long as we don't drop out of stealth. And that's not very common at 100 stealth. So that's our goal here. More stealth. We talked to this guy. This NPC gives another 3 of those silver weeds, which are basically this game's blessed stomophilia herb, what we're using to not starve to death while we travel the wilderness. Okay, boss here for some XP. More stealth. Alright, we didn't really need to pick up the sun gem here, but I did anyway. It's what you normally do for these starting quests, just reflexes. Alright, so we're a bit out of our depth here. This is where we're going to get most of the remaining stealth points that we need. Monsters are a little bit difficult. We're going to try to use stealth as much as possible, although since we don't have it at 100, it's not working out all the time. But at least we're managing to stay with just one monster next to me at most times. These monsters can do a lot of damage to this character. It does not have very good defenses. So that's why I'm playing a little bit slowly here. There's another unique, some more XP. That's enough stealth that we can go and speed up our leveling process a good deal. So we're going to head straight to an endgame area that's near where the final boss is. Okay, eat another silver weed for satiation. And just gain a ton of levels here. So we definitely need to be in stealth all the time, which is why I'm playing slow, trying to make sure I catch if I drop out of hiding, because the monsters here, if they can see me, will completely demolish this character. So we're going for this dragon now. Alright, there we go. As you can see, a lot of levels. Max stealth. Then we're going to max the bludgeon's skill, which is improving the damage of the hammer I'm using. And then, starting the reason why I picked Ogre, we also have the combat skill, which I believe also helps a bit with damage. I'm not sure. It might just be they have high enough strength that it's way better than my tries with Goblin. Anyway, almost max out combat. And now we head to the final dungeon. Again, if we aren't stealth, we're going to get destroyed, but for the most part, we can just keep stealth the whole way through. And you seem to drop out of stealth a lot less. I exited skill improvement. It was just, I think, 1 level, and I'm not really going to bother with any more skill increases until I can max out the combat skill. Again, pretty spooky corridor. Lots of dangerous enemies. You can get past them. Luckily, they sort of wander around. You don't have to kill them. Alright, again, exit skill improvement. I'm not sure how I calculated that precisely on the fly, but that was enough XP to get to 100, and after this we're just going to skip all of the improvements because nothing helps with damage. And then try to get this guy in a corner so he can just hold down direction, and from here on out, just waiting for him to die. He's a pretty tough guy, but he can't attack me while I'm hidden, and we're pretty skilled with this hammer. Come on, Amaurosis. Yeah, there we go. He's dead. And that marks the end of the run. Gained some levels after deciding to quit. There we are. Ogre Thief.